For the week of May 29th, 2022, this is Mojo Weekly. I'm John.
Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. Mahatma Josh.
Mahatma Josh. Josh, here's your news. Square Enix has released a Dragon Quest Day 2022 message from Yuji Horii, the creator of the series.
Like that?
Like what?
Enix. Is it Enix?
Well, I mean, in Japan, the E is pronounced eh, so I just assume.
It's not Enix?
I don't know. I just assume. I don't know.
Square Enix.
Yeah.
Square Enix? Square Enix.
Yeah. I don't know. I just always assumed that since the E is eh in Japan, it was pronounced Enix.
I like to. I always called it Enix. So yeah, go ahead. Continue with your Dragon Warrior news.
Dragon Quest Day, which is the day we're recording, Josh, May 27th, is celebrated each year as the day the original Dragon Quest launched in 1986. We're creeping up on 40 years, man. 40 years.
God damn.
As your shirt would say. Oh my, oh hell yes. In his message, Horii teases a lot of new Dragon Quest titles, he says, with work already well underway on Dragon Quest X offline, to which I say localize it in the States, you cowards, and Dragon Quest Treasures, which I know nothing about, and they released like just a very small intro trailer for it and doesn't really tell you anything about the game. And a surprise release of Dragon Quest Builders for iOS and Android, which you can get on your respective app store right now for the low price of $22. Yeah,
very nice.
How are you feeling about that?
It's a lot of Dragon Quest stuff.
Oh, but wait, there's more. He says more information on Dragon Quest Treasures will be coming in June. And as for Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate, which was, I believe, announced a year ago, he says the development team is working hard on development and that there will be plenty more Dragon Quest to tide you over until it's finished. There you go. Dragon Quest.
It's a lot of cool news.
Yeah. So
they
Sony
seem to do that every year. I feel like we've done this before, where you're like Dragon Quest Day, and then there was like all these big Dragon Quest news and all this stuff that came out. That's pretty sweet, man.
Probably go to the show a year ago today, and then a year prior to that.
Do you think Falcom will ever come out with East Day?
East Day.
Yeah, East Day.
They would call
the fuck?
They would call it Easter.
Maybe that's what the original intention of Easter was.
Maybe. So Sony Pictures Entertainment is currently developing, Josh, not one, not two, but 10 more PlayStation titles for film and TV. 10, Josh.
Oh, good. Because of Uncharted was such a smashing success.
It apparently made some money. So so they're talking about doing a sequel already.
People are desperate for shit, apparently.
And I think that's one of the 10. Netflix is working on an original series based on Horizon Zero Dawn. There is a God of War series likely coming to Amazon Prime, as well as a Gran Turismo project. Now, I don't know if this Gran Turismo is like, what's that British show, the Grand Tour that was based on, whatever the other one before that. Goddamn, my brain's not working.
Top Gear,
maybe. No, something. People are like yelling it into their.
They're shouting it right now. You fool! I don't know. Shit,
it's a great show. I used to watch it all the time, but it'll come to me in about 15 minutes after we're done recording.
Right on. Of course.
So Sony's also announced a Ghost of Tsushima movie, and a Twisted Metal series is currently in development.
Wait! Why not a Twisted Metal game, Sony?
I would hope that they're working on a game and they will announce it closer to the series, or they will release it closer to the series.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, sidebar, I think the day after this podcast drops, or 2 days after this podcast drops, there will be a Sony State of Play. So maybe we'll see something about a Twisted Metal game.
A new Twisted Metal. That'd be pretty slick.
Yeah. There's also an HBO adaptation of The Last of Us, starring Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian and Bella Ramsey from Game of Thrones.
So they're really not messing around then.
No, they're not fucking around.
Jesus. This is a lot. Sony's like, we're in bed with Netflix, we're in bed with Prime. Fuck HBO, you want some too? We'll put it in theaters. You know, we're everywhere. We're the little whores of the video game world now, huh? Sony.
So my one thing about this is most of these games that they are adapting for film or TV are already very, very, very story heavy cinematic games.
Sure.
You know, if you think about like Horizon and God of War and The Last of Us and obviously Gran Turismo. But outside of Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
but
it's Gran
Turismo,
all
of those are very cinematic games. And in my head, I'm like, I get enough story when I play these games. I don't know that I need to sit down for, a 10-hour series or a 2-hour movie or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. What I'd like to see is if they bring back Tomba. Come out with a Tomba series for like Saturday mornings on Netflix.
Yes, Tomba the animated series.
Well, how about Nick Jr. gets Loco Roco? Come on, Sony, are you listening to us? Right,
$1 million ideas right here.
Yeah, why not? Why not an HBO miniseries narrated by Tom Hanks? SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs. I'd be into it, right?
I'm down.
Come on.
It would be narrated by Jesse Ventura, who likes to claim that he was a Navy SEAL.
No, Jesse Ventura would do Siphon Filter.
Yeah. And then in other Sony news, Sony announced in an investor briefing that they will have more than 20 first and third-party games at the PSVR2's launch. We already know about the Horizon game. And then it sounds like there's going to be one called an RPG samurai game called Slaughterhouse, a cyberpunk one called Lo-Fi, a runner shooter called Runner.
Really? Runner shooter just called Runner?
Yeah. A narrative adventure called Firmament. And of course, there will be a VR version of Among Us. Because why not?
Why not? Sounds about right, yeah.
More to be announced.
Well, that's interesting. That's the PS5 VR or PSVR2, as they're calling it. This holiday season is going to be a pretty big deal.
If it's this holiday season, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess whenever it does come out, that's kind of the next big thing. I mean, I'm fairly comfortable with skipping out on the Xbox Series X or whatever console generation this is for Microsoft. There's nothing pulling me towards it. It'd be the VR2 that I'd be interested in for the kids and stuff. So, yeah. This
is my Josh pick of the week. Ready?
Oh boy!
I always try to find I've always tried to find a news item just for you, curated just for you. You are the most important member of our audience, Josh.
Thanks, man. I don't even listen to the show.
It's all right. Nobody else does either. Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection 2. Will launch for Switch in Japan in September.
What? The Phantasm Collection 2?
Yeah, so this is the Phantasm Soldier Collection 2. So this is the second Valis collection for the Switch.
I thought they had everything in the first collection.
Well, let's find out. You'll also be able to get a version with a 1/8 scale figure of Yuko from Valis, the Phantasm Soldier.
That is pretty cool. I'm down for that.
So this collection includes Valis 4 from the PC Engine, Sid of Valis for Genesis.
Stop. What are you saying, Valis?
Once again.
Are you saying Valis now?
Yeah.
It's Valis.
It's the total Puritan Japanese.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're just fucking throwing my whole childhood away. Yeah, it's Square Enix. Oh, Valis, come and play Valis with me. Valis Navidad. Yeah, fuck. Just finish this shit.
Listeners at home, weigh in. Is it Valis or Valis? Write into mailbag@mojos.com.
Who would say Valis?
I've heard it pronounced that way on many a podcast.
Oh, good. Now this one too, apparently.
How to pronounce? Hold on. Valis.
Valis. Oh God, this is gonna ruin my whole life.
Let's see.
It's Valis, not Valis.
Boy, we're getting all sorts of, and apparently there's a French word Valis as well too. So, it's still up in the air.
The TurboGrafx CD has voices in it. It has cutscenes. It has talk. They talk about the sword of Valis.
Oh yeah, and we know that localizations back in the day, especially on the Turbo CD, were fucking perfect. Right?
Hey, in order for Adol to become a man, a true man, he had to slay the beasts 10,000 years ago so that Adol could now come back and be the guy to save the universe again in the land of East.
I'm sorry, it's pronounced Adol.
Yeah, I know. Or Adol, Adol.
All right, just to get us through this story that only you care about, it's Cid of Valis for the Genesis, Valis the Phantasm Soldier for the Genesis, Valis the Phantasm Soldier for the MSX.
Oh, that's cool.
There will also be sound mode, visual mode, rewind function. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so the original collection must have just been more of the mainstay, like the Valis 1, 2, and 3, the Genesis and PC Engine versions, maybe Valis 4 on the Super Valis 4, whatever they called it. Maybe. Okay, I got you. All right, right on.
And then our final bit of news for the week, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R is the upcoming remaster of the 3D fighting game JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, set to launch on PS4, well, pretty much everything, like literally everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, on September 2nd. The original game launched on the PS3 in 2013, and it featured over 40 characters. This updated re-release has expanded the roster to 50 characters. I love the names. Robert E.O. Speedwagon. It's going to be amazing. In there. Yeah, I don't know. The horse-wielding jockey Diego Brando is going to be in there. It'll also feature many of the voice actors from the anime adaptation, or anime, depending on how.
Oh God, here we go. How about we rewind all the way to back when I was 12 years old? I said anime, because I didn't know any better.
If you want to watch,
I'm like, what's the new Japanese anime?
If you want to get caught up on the anime, head on over to Netflix where you can watch it over there. And that, my friend,
spectacular.
That's our news. All right, new releases, Josh. Let's see if anything here. Nothing here. You're here's my prediction. You are going to buy nothing on this list.
Most likely.
SnowRunner for the next gen consoles. Silt, which I'm hearing people chatter about recently, for everything. Card Shark. Yeah, Silt. Card Shark for Switch and PC. Now, this one I'm legitimately hearing good things about. This is an indie, like story-based card game. There's a demo for it out right now on Switch and PC, I think. So if you're interested, check it out. Diablo Immortal for iOS and Android. Gigapocalypse for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And then finally, Soldiers, spelled like soul, because every fucking game has to be a Souls-like these days. I looked this one up and it said it's a Metroidvania Souls-like, and I'm like, of course it is.
That's enough. Yeah, that's enough for me.
Of course it is.
Right.
Because creativity is dead. All right.
Seems that way, yeah.
We've got one.
You know what I grabbed a demo of something recently.
What was that?
I don't know how new it is, but it's on its way out. It's called Alterium Shift.
Alterium Shift. What's this?
Alterium Shift. It's coming out, I believe, this December on Steam, at least. It might be coming out to consoles as well, but it's got an action-adventure vibe to it, RPG, with sort of a pseudo, what's that, the triangle strategy and like Octopath Traveler, how they have that really beautiful pseudo 3D where it's like you're walking through and it's all kind of digitized, but yet still realistic looking.
Yeah.
But they peeled it back even further and have it to where the game looks more like 16-bit. Like they're only using like 500 colors instead of thousands of colors to make these beautiful landscapes, but it still moves and shifts around in that same style. Just looking at the demo so far, it looks pretty freaking spectacular. So.
Nice. And it's just coming to Steam, or other things announced?
Don't know. Sorry, I'm not the news guy. I'm the color analyst here. I'm the color analyst. Come on. I don't know shit. I just say random things, and you got to be the one that comes out with the statistics and shit.
Your hot take, Josh. All right. Speaking of hot takes, we got Dale and his retro recap.
What's up, Mojo Weekly listeners? This is Dale. Welcome back to this week's retro recap for the latest retro re-releases, remasters, and remakes. Always, credit goes to GSK from Retronauts.com, StrictlyLimitedGames.com, and LimitedRunGames.com. You can find links to all this week's releases on the MoJoMenace.com forums. Let's get to it. Hitting physically this week, and also digitally, is Pac-Man Museum Plus on the PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC via Steam for $30. It collects 14 Pac-Man titles ranging from the original in 1980 all the way up until as recent as 2016. And here's a complete rundown as per GSK, quote, Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac-and-Pal, Pac-Lan, Pac-Mania, the SNES version of Pac-Attack, the PSP Pac-Man Arrangement game, now labeled, quote, CS version, Pac-Man Championship Edition, and Pac-Man Battle Royale, with the new additions in this collection being the SNES version of Pac-in-Time, the arcade Pac-Man arrangement, the Wii-born mashup Pac-Motos, the DS to Wii ball roller Pac-and-Roll remix, and the smartphone to home conversion of the endless game Pac-Man 256, end quote. Hitting digitally, Flip Pull is this week's Arcade Archives release for the PS4 and Switch for $8. This critically acclaimed cube-based puzzler first hit arcades from Taito in 1989 and saw ports later on European microcomputers and the Game Boy. Izumi Jiken File Volume 2 Tasogoro Hen is a Gmode Archives Plus release this week for the Switch in Japan for 500 yen, and like many past Gmode releases, it is yet another detective mystery-based visual novel ported from Japanese phones in the early 2000s. Biomotor Unitron hits the Switch this week for $8, and it is the Neo Geo Pocket Colors port of what was SNK's attempt at a Pokemon clone, and was pretty well regarded at the time as players explored dungeons to find parts and upgrade their Unitrons. Finally, Ship to Shore has a 2LP vinyl soundtrack that went up for sale this week for the original Super Nintendo installment of Breath of Fire for $30, and its tunes are what you are currently listening to this week's background music. That wraps it up for this week. You can find all the information on this week's releases again on the MoJoMenace.com forums. Back to you, John and Jaish.
That was Dale's retro recap from last week.
No.
He said the Biomotor Unitron. He said the Pac Time, Pac and Land, Pac everything. I swear to God, I've heard that whole thing before.
So I talked about the Pac-Man stuff last week. Dale talked about it this week because now it's retro. It's a week old.
Oh, okay. I guess that's great. I guess that's how it works. I knew I heard it somewhere. I couldn't remember where, though, because I don't listen to the show. Not even while I'm on it.
Well, that I know. I'm aware of that. All right. So, Josh, you once again came up with the spotlight, and you wanted to talk about Super Mario Land.
Yeah, right? What a weird game to pop out on. Actually, interestingly enough, I don't want to, toot my own horn here, but I had just had my 1-year anniversary, or Twitch-iversary, of my first stream on Twitch last night. Was 1 year from the very first time I did it a year ago. That's how an anniversary works. I'm explaining this because I'm a moron. But last night we started off playing Super Mario Land, and it's one of those games that takes a tried and true structure and a franchise that we have now obviously known as this huge, great, epic series of different kinds of games, of all sorts of different types of games. And it's really bizarre because this came out in 1989. It was a launch title with the Game Boy, and man alive, they changed every fucking rule that Mario had structured or set for itself. Now, I guess Super Mario 2 was a very different game from Mario 1. At least in the US, what we got was completely a different game. But Super Mario Land, I played that for a while last night, and it's been a while since I played it. But it was interesting how most companies, magazines and reviewers and stuff like that, they just kind of accepted it. They're like, yeah, it's really different, but but it's really fun and it's really awesome. And there's no Princess Peach. Now it's Princess Daisy. And there were shoot 'em up stages in this game. Like, how bizarre was that? There's actually like levels 2, 3, I think, is an entire shoot 'em up stage with a boss at the end. And characters that come out of here are very, very different from what we had seen so far in the Mario Brothers franchise. And not only that, but like, you get a fire flower still, or at least a flower that you get as Mario. But when you grab it, you don't get a fireball to spit and throw. You get a bouncy ball, and it can bounce wherever. And you can, not only does that bouncy ball kill bad guys, but it also collects coins for you.
Yeah.
How bizarre is that? The rest of the game, honestly, it's very similar to Super Mario Brothers. It has a lot of similarities to it, but the game does not play the same. It's hard to explain unless you actually grab a Game Boy and start playing it yourself. But it's really interesting, and I've never played through it. I got to stage 5 yesterday, and I'm hearing now that there's 12 levels in this game. My goodness. I don't know how long or if that means 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and all that stuff, like that counts as 3 levels or not, but I'm actually really excited to play through this game now. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. Did you have Super Mario Land? Did you have a Game Boy?
Yeah, so I didn't have the OG Game Boy when it first came out, but every one of my friends did. Every one of my friends did. So I played the hell out of this. I went over to my friend Kevin's house. He had a Game Boy. I would just sit and gobble up all his batteries playing this game. So I've got a ton of experience with this game. I love it when Mario does unexpected stuff, right? And this one
game is full of it.
This one was made by R&D1. It wasn't developed by Miyamoto, so
right,
kind of explains a little bit of the quirkiness and goofiness to it. As much as I enjoy this game, Super Mario Land 2 is way like it, and it's
it's amazing,
and it's even more like out there where you're like, what the fuck is happening, and then they turned it into Wario, and Wario took over the series basically.
That is a good question I kind of want to ask. I mean, yeah, not only that, I mean, going out there and stepping out of the comfort zone of what you're expecting. You jump on a Koopa and, the turtle shell, usually at most Super Mario World was what the little turtle would fall out of the shell and you could pick up the shell and throw it at him or whatever.
Yeah.
Mario Land, no, the turtle shells are bombs and they will blow your ass away. They will kill you on the spot. It's kind of crazy, but here's the thing. Here's an interesting question for you. Now, obviously, the very first Wario Land game says Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land.
Yeah.
You play as Wario in that game, though, correct? Or is that the first one?
You play as Wario.
Oh, yeah, because in Mario Land 2, you are Mario facing off against Wario, because that's the debut of Wario.
Yep.
Now, is Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, the official third game in the series of Super Mario Land, or is Super Mario 3D Land the official third game in the series? John, where are we going here?
Wow.
Yeah. I think, and this is my hot take for the day, maybe number 2 of the day, but I think it goes Super Mario Land. I think it goes Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, and then it goes Super Mario 3D Land. That's your trilogy.
All right.
Because Wario Land's its own trilogy. Come on.
I mean, we do have, we don't have, never mind.
What's the deal with Nintendo and their sequels, by the way? Because Super Mario World, when it was released in Japan, was called Super Mario Brothers 4 Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
It's confusing. And what's Yoshi's Story then? Is that the sequel to Yoshi's Island, or is that Super Mario World 3? Come on, John. Come on.
I don't know, Josh.
I don't know. Where are you taking us? It's a wild trip that you've taken us on, Nintendo, and you've left us no answers, you sons of bitches.
Anyway, back to Super Mario Land. I do love it.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. I don't know that it's like the original Super Mario Brothers game where I'll go back and mess around with it from time to time, but it's not one that I'm like, okay, I'm just going to play this and get all the way through it. Cause it's a little dated.
Right. No, absolutely. Just like the original. I mean, here's the question, Nintendo or John or whoever else is listening out there, because I know Nintendo listens to this show.
Yeah.
You've countless times you've given us Super Mario Brothers remixes, NES remixes. You've given us Super Mario remasters, all this stuff, collections, whatever. Right? Not as often as Sega, but a lot. When are we going to get a remaster of Super Mario Land 1 and 2? Because honest to God, that'd be something I'd be fucking day one. That'd be just like Link's Awakening with that pretty claymation looking world that they built a couple of years ago on the Switch. If they did Super Mario Land 1 and 2, that same style, that look, that feel with just updated graphics and stuff, boom, I'm there. And why? What is the deal with the Mario Maker games? How come they don't include the Game Boy look and aesthetics to it? Come on, man.
I don't know, man. But speaking of the Mario Maker games, like I mentioned earlier that I love Mario when it does the unexpected, right? And if you play Super Mario Maker 2 or the 3DS version of Mario Maker, those games both have really awesome single player like adventure modes, and it does the wackiest shit. And Super Mario Maker 2 is one of my favorite Mario games ever, simply because of the single player mode.
That's so cool.
It's so great. There's such creative levels, and it's just like, we're going to make Mario do fucking wacky shit that you've never seen him done before. And it's meant more to like demonstrate what creators can do with the tool.
Sure.
But because of that, there's really, really super interesting stuff. And there's super fun platforming stuff. I love it.
I'm down for it.
All right, man. Well, that's that. Sorry, it took me a moment to remember. What do I do now? It's fucking only been doing.
What do we do after?
Years.
What do we do after this? Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, it's got to be our 2-year anniversary by this point, right?
Yeah, we're not really too certain. What number is this? If it was truly our 2-year anniversary, wouldn't it be on episode 100 by now?
I think we already passed. Maybe
we passed 100.
Yeah, we passed 100 for sure.
Ooh, we didn't even celebrate or anything.
No,
yeah, we're good. We're good at this.
I'm pretty sure we're past 2 years though. Anyway, so here is the last question that I put out to the community. I will put it out to you, Josh. I'll read their answers, and then you can answer for yourself.
Where do you put these questions, on the forums?
In the Discord chat.
On the Discord chat. Well, which one? There's like 94 channels in that Discord.
In the gaming section, I put a little thread called Last Question.
Okay.
So yeah. On average, how many games do you finish each year? Elaborate.
Wow.
Yeah. So Tropism,
go ahead.
He says, if finish means seeing the credits, then 2 or 3 for me. I simply don't have a lot of time to dedicate to gaming. If finish means putting a game away and never playing it again, probably a dozen because of Game Pass.
Oh, sure.
And yeah, I did mean like completing it by at least like seeing the credits.
Sure, yep.
Lag says 1 to 3 a year, and that surprises me because Lag plays games like crazy, so I just assumed.
Yeah, doesn't he do a Twitch stream too?
Lag, not that I know of. Okay. He says if you mean 100% a game, maybe one every 5 to 10 years. So yeah,
sure.
I don't even want 100% games. Beaver, he says he finishes 3 to 5 games a year. If the game grabs him within the first 3-ish hours, he'll see it to the end. But most games, he doesn't even get to that mark. And his gaming only happens from 9 to 10 p.m. So he can't play those 30-plus hour games anymore.
Sure.
Josh, what's your answer?
So interestingly, in 2020 and earlier, probably my entire adult life, I'd say 1 or 2 a year. And that's probably me getting frustrated in a game, one of those 20, 30-hour type RPGs or action games or whatever. New games, right? Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, meh. And then I'd just go and put in something like, we'll play through Mario World or Link to the Past or something like that. And then, 1 or 2 a year, seriously. But in 2021 and 2022, now that I'm streaming on Twitch, I have some accountability and I have someone asking like, hey, when are you going to finish Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? Or when are you going to finish this? So last year, just from June until the end of the year, I finished 16 games. And this year so far, I've finished 14.
Jeez, man.
So, yeah, and usually they're pretty high commitment games. Magic Knight Ray Earth was this week. Soul Blazer was before that. Dragon Slayer The Legend of Heroes was in March. So, I mean, these aren't tiny little games. Shoot 'em up month, though, that helped me out quite a bit. I beat like 4 or 5 games that month.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah. I think my answer is probably between this year. I don't know that I've finished any, honestly. Just I don't know why I haven't been playing much.
Don't your Crank and Wank games count?
Yeah, I guess I finished which one on there? Geez, the Casual Birder, which is only it's like a 5-hour game. If that.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
Casual Birder.
Yeah, I love that game.
Amazing.
But in usual years, I'll finish like I don't know between 5 and 7 games probably. If we're talking like current gen kind of stuff or
sure.
meteor games. So anyway, that's it for us. Until next week, you can find more of our stuff at MoJoMenace.com. There you can find links to our forums, our Discord, and our merch page. There's a sale going on right now as you're listening to this. It's going on through Memorial Day in the States. You get 35% off. Come on, go buy some shirts. We got some cool Elden Ring shirts for all you nerds out there.
There are some pretty cool shirts in there.
Anyway, other than that, you can find us at youtube.com/MoJoMenace. On Twitch, we're Mojo Menace. Everywhere on the social medias, well, most places, we're Mojo Menace. Klaus is trying to talk me into making a TikTok account for Mojo Menace. Yeah, and I looked at that and I was like, some dickhead has already stolen our name, so I don't know what I'm going to do there. Maybe I'll just have to I'll have to change the website's name again.
Yeah. We'll just be Team Free Mojo.
There you go. Drunken Team Mojo Menace Robot Panic. Anyway,
I like it. There you go.
Josh, where can they find you?
Oh, if you'd like to continue the conversation with me, or join up and chat with me about in the next couple of weeks, because I'm about to go to Cancun, and then the week after that, we're going to start Tokimeki Memorial on the Super Famicom on my Twitch stream. You can always find me on the Twitterverse at _Joshua Turbo. Don't forget the underscore, as it is the most important underscore in all of the internet.
That's it for us. I'll see you guys next week. Josh most likely won't, so I'm going to have a guest, a super secret guest that I think everybody's going to be very happy with. So anyway, until then, bye.
Shit, I mean, know me is great news. I mean, this is the best news I've heard all week. Maybe I'll actually listen to this one.
All right, Josh. I'm going to try to end the show now. All right,
John. Okay.
All right, bye.
It's not like I care. It's not like I mind getting replaced on a whim. I mean, it's fine.
I'm going to mute you now.
No, I don't care.